to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring in the gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get it your podcast, you can find your man, Captain Will. We got to go one today, y'all. I said we got to go one today, y'all. We are breaking down analytically the beatdown that Mississippi State received. Okay, so we have a big victory over Mississippi State on yesterday, and South Carolina is continuing to lead the way in wins in the SEC and continuing the winning streak. And another game against Texas A&M, not as big of a game as it was against Mississippi State or versus Texas, which is going to be on next Sunday, but still an SEC game nonetheless. It's going to be in Colonial Life Arena, and the fans going to be lit, and we're going to have a great time on that night. We have to go through the highlights and the lowlights. Every game has highlights and lowlights. Every game has some ups and downs, and in this basketball game is no exception. South Carolina's strengths. South Carolina shot the ball well. Best shooting performance this year for South Carolina. 54% from the field. We shot 48% from the three-point line. We shot 88% from the free throw line. Those are exceptional numbers by the Gamecocks. Turnover margin, plus 11. Plus 11 turnover margin in favor of South Carolina. It was great to see. Mississippi State had 20 turnovers. Carolina only had 9. Those great numbers. Assisted turnover margin. South Carolina is already doing so well with the assisted turnover margin, and this will only increase. And this is without Maddy McDaniel, who we hope we will see on Thursday night at 5 p.m. Okay, so the assisted turnover margin was 2.22 to 1. That's sensational basketball by the Carolina Gamecocks. We out-rebounded them by 3. That's great. And that's great because, one, they have one of the better rebounders in the SEC. But statistically being, she is the best rebounder in the SEC. And that didn't turn the tide. Ashlyn Watkins went down in this basketball game, and we still out-rebounded them. So our strengths in this basketball game, shine throughout. And some of the challenge that Mississippi State displayed against us, and it was just they shot the ball well. Despite losing by 27 points, they shot the ball extremely well. 47% from the field is really good. 36% from the three-point line is good. And Jordan, she went off. Offensively, she played 32 minutes. 32 minutes. She had 24 points. She shot 50% from the field, 9 for 18, and 2 for 2 from the three-point line, and 4 for 5 from the free throw line. She was their offense. She was their offense versus South Carolina. And I'm going to be straight up and real with you. We didn't do a great job guarding her in the first quarter. We did a little bit of job in the second quarter, and in the third and fourth quarter, we shut it down. But the first quarter, she lit us up. And as a whole, Carolina was down by 9 points, 13-22, and after the first quarter. And the turning point of this game happened in the second quarter because the first quarter was not good for Carolina. It was not. You can blame the starters. You can blame the backups. You can blame Dawn Staley. You can blame me. It don't matter who you blame. It just wasn't good. 13 points by South Carolina, 22 points by Mississippi State is not a good look. Carolina shot 38%, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. This is all in the first quarter. All in the first quarter. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And we were out-rebounded by 6. And the person I just talked about, Jordan, she played 8 minutes, had 12 points. She was 3 for 5 from the field, and she was 2 for 2 from the three-point line. 4 for 4 from the free throw line. She lit us up in that first quarter. 12 points out of the 22 points. She almost had as many points as we had as a team in the first quarter. Now, y'all know what always happens. We come out in the second quarter. South Carolina gets it right, and we did, and we dominated the second quarter. We had 29 points. They had 12 in the second quarter. And Carolina shot 58% from the field and shot 6 for 9 from the three-point line. 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Exceptional numbers by the South Carolina Gamecocks, which we outscored them by 17 points. Okay. And out-rebounded them by 2 points. We had 6 more assists than Mississippi State. We had 3 turnovers. They had 7. That is a great indication of how we turn the game around. And a deeper dive into individual player performance and a specific player whose impact really changed this basketball game is none other than Tessa Johnson. Tessa Johnson, the number 25 ranked recruit from Minnesota. Big time Tessa, big shot Tessa, whatever you want to say about Tessa Johnson, she was amazing in this basketball game. 27 minutes, 22 points. 27 minutes, 22 points, 8 for 11 from the field, 4 for 6 from the three-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 turnover. Special offensive performance by the one and only Tessa Johnson. She is coming into her own, and we are all witnesses of it. All witnesses. She is a special basketball player. And her size, her length, her shooting ability is a problem for opponents. And in terms of Mississippi State, what changed their game? It wasn't Jordan. It was shutting down Bree Hall. Bree Hall is one of their better players. I would say number 1 and number 2 players on this basketball team. She had 3 points. She had 3 points and 1 for 7 from the field and 1 for 5 from 3. She only hit 1 3-pointer. And she's an exceptional 3-point shooter. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. That's not going to cut it against South Carolina. It's not going to cut it. And Medina, that big 6'5", 6'6" center, only had 4 points. 4 points. 2 for 4 from the field. You talk about a player whose field goal percentage is 73%, leading the country. Had 8 rebounds. She was neutralized, and the combination of Poe and Medina combining for 7 points. That was the ball game for them. No, we didn't shut down Jordan. We did not. She balled out. But the 2 players that was on my scouting report, oh yeah, they were shut down. It was not a factor in this basketball game. Thus, why we won by 27 points. The bench did, again, another exceptional job, had 41 points. Mississippi State's bench had 23 points. It is a broken record talking about how great this bench is and how great our bench is over other opponents and how we make our runs in the second and third quarters. That is what Carolina does. You know the avalanche is going to come. You just don't know how to prepare for it. And it always happened in the second and the third quarter. Some of the adjustments that Dawn Staley made in the second half was to continue to keep Poe and Medina out of the basketball game, but to also limit Jordan. And we did. She was shut down the third and the fourth quarter. In the second quarter, she had 2 points. She was 1 for 4 from the field. In the fourth quarter, she had 4 points. She was 2 for 3 from the field. She wasn't a factor. She wasn't a factor in the second half of the game. And if you take out, she had 12 points in the first quarter. 12 points in the first quarter, and she had a sensational overall game. But if you take out the amount that she had out of the first quarter, she only scored 12 more points the second, third, and the fourth quarter. Okay. And I want to say in the second quarter, she had 6. So you do the math on that. We shut her down, and as a team, Mississippi State could do no more. Okay, now the implications for future games as we look forward in this Carolina schedule. Okay, there are some things that I still don't like about what happened in this basketball game. I don't like the fact that they shot the percentage that they shot. Field goal percentage was too high. 3-point percentage was still too high. South Carolina is not a great defensive rebounding team. We're not even a good defensive rebounding team. By percentage, we're talking about it just needs to improve. I just say it like that. We need to improve. We're 96 in the country right now in defensive rebounding percentage. We can't play a team like Texas, who are third in offensive rebound percentage, and expect to do well versus them. We have to do a better job getting those defensive rebounds. We're doing really good in offensive rebound percentage, but defensive rebounding percentage, not very good at all. And another thing, 3-point percentage allowed. Now, Mississippi State still shot 36% from 3, and Carolina as a whole is ranked 255th in the country in defensive 3-point percentage allowed. 255th. That is terrible. It is terrible. That is not the way we are going to be stomping with the big dogs trying to cut down the nets in April. It's not going to happen that way. We have to do a better job of defending the 3. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we might play some teams in the tournament who can shoot that 3 basketball very well. One of those teams is Notre Dame. Notre Dame right now is the number 1 shooting 3-point percentage shooting team in the country. Notre Dame is shooting at a clip of 43% from the 3-point line. Olivia Miles and Hidalgo are shooting the lights out. They are. If there is a competition between Tahina Powell and Tessa Johnson in terms of 3-point shooting, it is those other 2 guards in Notre Dame, Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo. We don't defend the 3 well. If we roll up on Notre Dame in the tournament, it's going to be a situation and a problem by South Carolina. It is. We don't do it well. We do an immense, a great job of so many great things. Right now, offensive rating is top 5 in the country. Our defensive rating is top 15 in the country. Our assist to turnover ratio is top 12 in the country. You know, offensive rebounding percentage is so high. We do so many great things well. Field goal percentage offensively is great. Defending the field goal percentage is great. 2-point percentage allowed, great. All those things are great. What we don't do great is that 3-point percentage allowed. And now, with the injury to Ashlyn Watkins, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I've seen stuff on Twitter saying that she's going to be fine. I've seen Twitter saying that it was just a tweak. I don't know. I know there should be an MRI that's going on tomorrow, but she didn't go to the hospital. That's another thing that you might not know right now. She didn't go to the hospital after the game. So maybe that's a good sign. We'll see. Maybe, hopefully it won't swell up all crazy and after she gets some rest. We will see. But if there is a chance that Ashlyn Watkins is out for an extended amount of time, our rebounding will suffer, our defense will suffer, and protecting the rim will suffer going forward. Will it affect us against Texas A&M? Nope, not at all. We're going to beat them down. That's going to be given. Will it affect us against Texas on Sunday? Yep, it would. It would. I love some Chloe Kitts, and I love me some Joyce Edwards and Sania Feagin. I love them. But Ashlyn Watkins' presence would be missed against those Texases and LSUs who rebound the basketball well. We don't have a rim protector on this team right now. We don't. So some of these teams are going to think they're going to have free will to the basket because Watkins potentially might not be there. Potentially. We can't go out there and say that Adhel Tac is going to go out there and get you 20, 25 minutes. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So in the future, it will happen. But as of right now, it's not going to happen. So let's put the prayer warriors, everybody get together and have this whole chain of prayers, making sure that Ashlyn Watkins is good to go. Because we need her. We need her. We didn't need her against Mississippi State. We beat them down. And Chloe Kitts played amazing, 17 points and 10 rebounds. And shout out to TNT with Tessa and Tahina, played exceptional. Raven Johnson played great basketball, who's been playing very well over the last, 6, 7, 8 basketball games. Exceptional basketball. But we about to play 5 straight teams that are ranked in the top 25. 5 of them straight. After this Texas A&M game, it is on like Donkey Kong. I'm telling you, it is about to get real for the South Carolina women's basketball team and for the SEC in general. There's so many great, games, so many great games against high quality competition. We're gonna find out who's good, who's not as good, and who's overrated. We will find that out soon. So it just Mississippi State didn't put up as much resistance as I thought they would. I had us winning by 15 to 17 points. That didn't happen. We won by 27 points. And I think that we're going to beat down Texas A&M. But my mind is already on Texas. Texas right now is the number 1 ranked team in the country according to the net ranking. I don't want to jump above or jump ahead of Texas A&M. We have to go through them first. But it's really tough not to think about Texas right now. It's difficult. And I'm going to be hyped. Fans going to be hyped. And we got to get these dubs. We got to get these dubs going forward. And it begins with Texas A&M on Thursday night. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, as I continue to bring that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.